Well, hello there. You must be wondering what you're looking at. You saw the title and you said Czechoslovakia. Well, I'm in, and now here we are looking at what is very obviously Austria-Hungary.
Okay, we get the point.
Allow me to demonstrate how we got here. Czechoslovakia, 1936. We have some achievements to get. So we'll be playing the game on Iron Man mode with historical focuses on. Yes, I'm running a mod. The only thing the mod does is allow me to use custom names for my divisions. That's it. The obvious one for Czechoslovakia is the Munich Disagreement, where we need to occupy Munich as Czechoslovakia. Seems fair enough. And I believe there's also Checkmate, where we need to occupy Canberra as Czechoslovakia. That one's a little less obvious, but not impossible. So how does this work? What do we do? Well, first off, let's choose our political direction. See, the Czechoslovak tree isn't terrible. It's nothing like the really amazing new trees, but it will serve. It's got powerful industry, reasonable military options. It's all right. First off, though, we have to choose our political direction. Now, we only have two realistic options. If we stick with Democratic Bastion, we can't really do anything. We'll be democracy, sure. We can get the Munich Disagreement relatively easily by siding with the Allies, but then we'd still have to fight the Allies afterwards. Now we could go fascist and take on the other European fascists, but we'd be pretty much on our own. Again, not impossible, but there are better options. That brings us to our final option. Go left. We will play communist. First order of business, the army. 26 divisions to be deleted. Military factories. We'll need guns. Put 5 on those. We'll need artillery. We'll put 3 factories on artillery, and we'll delete the basic light tank chassis down there. Any fresh factories can go to support equipment, and on towed anti-air. We'll put 2 on towed anti-air as well. Don't forget to assign the military industrial organization to your equipment wherever you can. Sometimes the game doesn't automatically assign them at the start. Construction. Let's start off with a sieve and then just a bunch of mills. We desperately need a bunch of mills. Research, just the basics for now. Nothing too fancy. We're just going to go with a basic industrial setup. In terms of recruitment, we're going to train 1 horse division. We're not going to set a location, so you know how this goes. We're simply going to keep this one in the bank until future use. We have a bit of an air force. See, I could just delete them and sell them and get the benefit out of them, or we can repurpose them. Now, the downside is after our civil war, this is all going to get cut in half, and there's already not that much to work with. Let's see, if I delete all the air wings and I want to start fresh, we have 144 fighters and 48 close air support, and we're going to lose half of those when the civil war starts, and we're not going to get them back. So you could keep them, but honestly, I prefer to just use the international market to sell off all my really bad tanks and all my really bad airplanes. I'm just gonna sell off all the equipment I don't want, highest price that I can get for it, and just hope that it at least benefits my economy. As for trade, I'm just gonna trade for some tungsten with the Soviet Union, and we are off to the races. Now, we're gonna need to do our timings relatively tight here, so it's gonna be an interesting approach. Oh, and everyone wants my stuff. Czechoslovak Export Industries. Skoda Works Investment. Why would I want to invest in Skoda shipyards? I'm like 2 countries away from NEC. Skoda Armor, maybe, but Skoda Artillery, that's a no-brainer. Skoda Artillery it is, and we're gonna do our traits here. So what I like to get is these 2, followed by these 2, followed by this one, followed by that one, followed by that one, and then you gotta make your pick here. Usually I just boost the artillery. So the overall idea here is to first improve things that will make you produce more equipment, and then improve that equipment with added soft attack, added breakthrough, that kind of stuff. Political direction is done, and even though it disgusts me, we will go left. All right, we got electronic engineering. Let's grab mechanical computing. So in general, I'm going to try and keep the industry up to date and then lean into both infantry equipment and artillery. We do need to make a short sidestep here and grab engineer companies, because obviously engineers are great. I would like to get some armored trains because we will be operating without an air force, and it would be nice if my logistics system kept working, which is where armored trains come in. Go left is done. Next focus, let's take a look here. Strategic decisions, and we're gonna go into our decisions tab. Keep the game paused for now. We're gonna spend some of that political power. We're gonna hire the communist revolutionary, and we're gonna let like a day take by. There we go. Now prepare for civil war can be picked because we have more than 10% support for the communist. You start with 10%. 10%. When a day passes, you get like 10.1%. That's really all you need. Click the button, prepare for civil war, and ignite the civil war. Congratulations, Czechoslovakia is now going to rip itself in half. That's okay though, we have the good part of the country. Let's take a look at construction. Okay, this is all still good. So we still have one factory producing things. If you don't have a factory on that, click a button, any button here, just so the game recalculates your factories. Because if this goes to 0, you lose all the progress here and the line is wiped out. With the game still paused, we're going to select the location for the horse and pick the tile here under Brno. And we're going to march that cavalry from Brno into Olomouc and then straight down here to Bratislava. And that should deal with the fake Czechoslovakia. Let an hour or so take by, so this thing gets a little bit of org and we're off to the races. We're also going to justify a war goal now on Kurtschnussigny in Austria. He knows what's coming. So we have 73 political power. There we go. And now we're going to justify a war goal on the Yugoslavs. Any part will do. There we go. That is the initial war goals set out. Let's finish this. Hurrah! We'll take the horse, assign it to the border with Austria, draw up a nice little battle plan, and convert the horse into a mountaineer division. We're going to train as many of these mountaineers as the game will allow. Currently that is 2, and then we're going to fill that up with as many basic infantry as the game will allow. Currently that's 11. We're going to make as many of these as possible. Now let's go back into the international market and sell more of that stuff that we got back. We got some of our trains, a little bit more air. Just sell all of it, either at a high price or a normal price, whatever. Just get it sold. And again, trade with the Soviets for some tungsten so we can at least make enough artillery. We're going to need a lot of artillery. And we have our strategic decisions. That brings us political power. We'll immediately spend that on war economy. Still have a little bit banked, but no use for it yet. So, next order of business. Austria. We can defeat them easily. Their army is small. We can outmaneuver them. Same for Yugoslavia, really. We can easily defeat Yugoslavia. There's just a slight problem here. Don't worry about the French guarantee. By the time our war goal is ready, that guarantee will be gone. On historical, it doesn't matter. The problem is they are also guaranteed by ourselves, which isn't a problem, and they're also being guaranteed by Romania. Romania is also guaranteeing our independence, and that means if we declare war on Yugoslavia, Romania will not get involved. Now you may be thinking, but Bittersteel, that's great. We only have to fight one country. Yes, and also no. We want to fight Yugoslavia and Romania at the same time because we can easily defeat both of them. Pretty much gives us the entire Balkans in a single war. So we want Romania to get involved. And the only way for Romania to get involved is for them to stop guaranteeing us. And that is where trust in the West comes in. This focus pretty much just removes the guarantee that Romania has on us right now. That's it. That's pretty much what this does. Other than that, it's a giant waste of our time, but it's crucial that we do it. Now, we're going to do it when we get a little bit closer to finishing this war goal, and until that time, we are going to keep doing other things, such as communist support down to communism with a human face for more recruitable pop, as well as fortification studies down to the Sudetenland final fortifications for more recruitable pop along the way, and those infamous, legendary Sudetenland fortresses. As for construction, from this point forward, military factories, military factories, military factories. We have a little bit of army experience that we got from fortification studies, so 10 army XP, and we're going to use that to boost our mountaineers. Our mountaineers will be our shock troops, the sword that will penetrate the enemy defenses, named after our members, of course, and they will get the first influx of artillery. The infantry divisions are just, for the most part, going to remain a solid block of infantry with added support companies, simply because artillery is expensive and we're on a very tight schedule. I would like to make these into either 21 width divisions, something like this, or the slightly more budget divisions of 15 width. But again, artillery is super expensive, and I'd much rather have a solid line of these guys just defending and then leave the attacking to a slightly more perfected version of these mountaineers. I'm going to quickly grab the chief of the army offense expert, another 10 army experience. I'm going to use that to add support artillery to the main line units as well. We have the required artillery for it, so I can make the expense. Justification is finished. We're simply going to declare war and slow the game down. Now, the easiest way to take out the Austrians is to force a breach here. We'll attack this tile. It's a plains tile from 2 sides, so units can come in from both sides, and we'll attack the tile here right above Vienna. It has to be from one side. There is no other option. Make sure your mountaineers are ones doing the attacking. Get as much support in there as you can, and then we're going to slowly pick these these tiles out, surround that division and crush it, and then use the gap, because Austria just doesn't have that many units, to walk into Vienna, walk towards Graz, Wels, Salzburg, and try to take as much land as possible, stretch the line, make sure the Austrians are overtaxed.
Attention, this is an emergency news broadcast. General von Mackensen has decreed all faithful imperial citizens must prepare to face the coming storm. In modern war, mobility will be key. General Guderian recommends the citizens of the Empire prepare using War Thunder, using the link below to receive a large free bonus pack, including multiple premium vehicles, premium account, boosters, and much more for optimal training. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made, where citizen soldiers can use more than 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships from the disgraceful 1920s up to the faraway future, the 2000s. Not just those of the Empire, but of 10 major nations. Each vehicle is so gloriously detailed and modelled down to the individual components, so you can see the true beauty of Rheinmetall engineering. Using PC, PlayStation or Xbox, simply download and play. The Marshal has arranged for new players and those who haven't played in 6 months an exclusive vehicle decorator, Eagle of Valor, 100,000 Silver Lions, and 7 days of premium account for those who sign up using the link down below.
That is the first breach. One unit is going to tail off to ensure the other unit also loses. One unit is going to pursue the unit we just defeated so it can't get org, and one unit is going to walk into Vienna. This unit down here is going to pin that horse into place so it can't respond and protect Vienna. Same up there. Make sure that unit stays pinned in place so it doesn't escape. We have to trap as many units as possible. Pinning attacks, very good for that. And that is an encirclement in. We'll destroy that unit. And these guys keep walking towards Graz, head south. Pin these guys into place as well so they don't reposition. We'll also surround that mountaineer and that horse by taking this tile. And we have a little bit more army experience to use, so we'll go back to the mountaineers. We're going to add 2 line artillery and remove 1 mountaineer. That brings them up to 22 combat width, and add 1 more artillery. So we're adding 3 artillery and removing 1 mountaineer. That brings us up to 25 combat width, which is ideal for mountains. And these guys now have a very nice, very juicy amount of soft attack. And again, I'm trying to rename every one of my divisions to our channel members. These guys are the biggest supporters for this channel. It's thanks to you that I can do what I do. Thank you very, very much, you guys. I really appreciate it. We got Czech socialism onto communism with a human face, and let's also ramp up to limited conscription. And we'll keep training these units. I'm gonna quickly force deploy a little bit of that infantry just so we have some more units to work with. There goes Austria, and we'll simply annex everything. Confirm and exit. So this does 2 things. 1, it significantly weakens Germany. Germany's not gonna demand you hand them Austria, so they have no way of getting a war goal on you, and they will no longer get the Austrian industry, the Austrian manpower, and the Austrian divisions. As a result, it's going to take them a lot longer to build up towards demanding the Sudetenland, which is definitely a good thing. And number 2, it brings us 1 step closer to pushing this button, restore the Austro-Hungarian Empire. As one of the constituent nations of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, we have the option of restoring it. I have no idea why they call it the Austrian-Hungarian Empire if it's restored by the Czechs. Why not call it something else? But we have the option, and if we can do this, we become incredibly powerful. A ton of cores, mighty industrial base, massive amounts of manpower. This is our first goal, getting to this stage, and from there the achievements are cakewalk. Now we just have to prepare for Yugoslavia. There's still a little bit of time. We have roughly 160 days. Just gotta make sure that we actually get Trust in the West done before then. We can't forget, however, we also have a border with our future enemy, Romania. So we'll need to put the troops there as well. Let's see. That's 3 mountaineers, 15 basic infantry. I'd like more, so let's work on getting more. How many can I get? Yeah, we're still mobilizing men, so let's go up to this and adjust as we get more equipment. We need at least 4 units here. We'll put 2 on Presov and 2 on Kosice, and pretty much close this hole up. Yes, we will yield Carpathian Ruthenia, but it's a temporary measure. And then I prefer to have 24 divisions for this front, but it's entirely likely that we won't actually have 24 divisions for this front, but we'll adjust as needed. I'm just gonna force deploy these units. Exercise, exercise, exercise on the job. Let's see, you go there, and I'll take 4 units away. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll split you off, and you can stand land on Presov just to secure that flank. That is communism with a human face. Now it's going to take 70 days to get trust in the West. Our war goal is ready in less than that, so we're going to have to do this on a tight timing. Now the war goal doesn't expire right away, so we can hold on to it for a little bit, and I think we can hold on to it for 60 days, do a little quick head math, and we'll have a couple of days to spare where we can do the declaration and still keep the war goal without, you know, screwing this whole run up. All right, justification is done. We're also going to join the Soviet Union. We have the war goal and it expires July 23rd. That is trust in the West done. We still have a couple of days, about 9 days left on the war goal, so perfect. No guarantees, well, other than the Romanian one here, which is what we wanted. Romania is going to join in this war. Perfect. Declare the war. We'll keep it paused for now. Let's continue going down the Sudetenland fortifications tree all the way down to the bottom, and we'll also take the Polish line eventually. Let's slow the game down. Let's look at our decisions. Hit war propaganda so we can get our war support up, and we would definitely be good getting a little bit of stability, but we might get strikes, we might not get strikes. There's not a whole lot we can do about it right now. Into the army here, we'll hit professional officer corps for some extra army XP, and I really like bold attack as well, and from then we are going to save up some points for mountaineers. What I like to do is hit Yugoslavia here and hit Yugoslavia there, and then try to edge our way around in the double pincer line. And we're through, and now we're going to keep pushing the units that we just defeated before they get extra organization. And we're going to go into the gaps here, trying to push out as far as we can. Ideally running towards the victory points of Ljubljana and Zagreb, because that is where supply is, and then push further south, widen the front, and keep going. Up here, the Romanians have arrived, but they are pushing well past their supply lines. They're not getting through there. We just need to keep an eye on it every now and then, but they are very unlikely to get past. So if we can meet in Zagreb, we can do like ridiculous amounts of damage to the Yugoslav army just by trapping all of them. Working on a full encirclement of the troops here. Looks to be going well. All right, so that bit of the Yugoslav army is like fully encircled. Great. Let's keep pushing south. That's like 5, 7, that's 8 divisions. I don't think they even have that many. No, that's gonna hurt them. All right, my occupation, I'm switching over to liberated workers for now. I'll use the cavalry brigade and remove the recon from it. It's a little bit of army XP, but it's worth it. Makes the whole thing a whole lot cheaper. Want to take Belgrade, Niš, Pristina, Skopje, everything down here. We do need to cover a lot of ground. There is a whole lot of land that we need to take before the Yugoslavs are willing and are really willing to capitulate. And we have taken Belgrade. From there, it's just a walk south. We'll head to Pristina and Niš and Skopje. And I think that should be the final fall of Yugoslavia. Also, the majority of the remaining Yugoslav army is trapped up here. So yeah, they're gonna have a good time. You head to Pristina and then Skopje. These guys will head to Niš. And again, I'm not putting units on the actual border with Romania because I don't want to set them off. We don't need to kill the units up there, just keep them pinned. I'd rather have the equipment than their blood on my hands. Way more profitable to have equipment. Korn might disagree, but I don't need blood for the blood god. Right now I need guns for the, you know, for the war. That's Niš, that's Skopje, and that is 100% peace deal. Got some guns out of it. So everything to the north we're gonna annex. So Croatia, Slovenia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Vojvodina, and West Banat. And then we're gonna do some puppeting. We are going to puppet Kosovo. We're gonna puppet Macedonia and Montenegro, and then Serbia. Now, I could puppet Yugoslavia, but they might do weird things with their focus tree. I'd much rather puppet Serbia. They get the basic focus tree, which is way stronger than the neutered focus tree that Yugoslavia would have. Confirm and exit. No. I almost forgot. We're now going to add war reparations to all of these territories so we can immediately access the many factories still there, as well as the resource rights. We're going to move all of our troops into position now. We are on a very fast rush towards the Romanian border. We're going to rush towards the border and hopefully take at least Timisoara so we can have supply there and push across this river to launch off towards Bucharest. So we're going our way east, expand the front as much as we can. Doctrines, I'm going to focus a little on the mountaineers. They are my shock troops. They are going to do very well for us. In terms of focuses, I'm going to take a little detour. I'm not going to take the Sudetenland advanced fortifications just yet. I'm going to take a little detour and grab the Czech technical technical university. An extra research slot is more valuable if you can get it earlier. It's just 70 days. I don't need the forts right now. Germany's not knocking on my door yet, and I don't immediately need an additional slice of a recruitable population, so we'll be fine. These guys can also form an actual line now. We're going to start pushing out from there as well. Slowly but surely, we are outmatching the Romanian defense. Yes, Romania has a large army, but much like Yugoslavia, its industry and especially its manpower, they cannot sustain fighting like this. Something will crack, and they will crack way sooner than us. The guys up north are now pretty much encircled as well. It's just a matter of pushing out from here now. Oh, great, I encircled myself. Well, that wasn't clever. And I've saved my boys. Hurrah, the boys, they have been saved. Let's halt these offensives for a little bit. Concentrate there. We need to take that hub there. Start working our way across this river here. Ooh, if you're going to give me an opportunity, I'll take it. Looks like they're already running low on units. They're not actually able to fill the full front line. Let's make use of that. All right, we've pushed past Bucharest. Now it's just a matter of taking places like Brasov, Galati, Constantin, Dobric, and then we'll have it. It's over. January 2nd. That's about a month or so slower than I usually do it. A little unlucky. All right, I'll take their damn navy, and we'll take some states. We'll take Banat, Krisana, North Transylvania, and Transylvania. This is stuff we can core. We'll puppet Ukraine and Bukovina, and then we'll simply take Moldova, Oltenia, and Muntentia for ourselves, and that leaves Dobruzhda down there. Now, we're not going to touch Dobruzhda. We need Romania to survive as an independent nation. That means it has to be on the map, and it can't be a puppet, because it directly interacts with the mechanics of Hungary. If Romania's gone, or Romania becomes a puppet, Hungary no longer renounces the Treaty of Trianon, and they won't flip fascist, which is something we need to get a free justification on them without the Allies getting involved. Really, that's the whole thing that we need. The entire army head to the front line, and we are going to be recruiting heavily. We need units on the front line, so we'll have to fend off Germany and Italy, and then still find enough troops to quickly invade the the Hungarians. Oh, trust me, it can be done, and it will be done. It's just, I don't know, it's funny. All right, let's ramp up production of everything. Need more trains, need more trucks, need more guns, need more AA, need more everything. We're also going to build a couple of extra forts. Level 5 forts in Linz and the tiles between Linz and Salzburg, because these are plains tiles and easily broken if they have no fortifications on it. The rest of this in Tyrol is all mountain, so we don't really need forts there. We can build forts if we really wanted to. We don't have to. And I'd also build level 4 forts in Zaolzie. We'll get more forts on there eventually through our focuses, but this gives us a nice start. And now we're just going to sit there, exercise, and train troops, train troops, train troops. We're also going to buy guns whenever we can. All right, Hungary is rearming. We'll launch a complaint. As long as they're not fascist, we're not going to justify on that. We really can't afford to. Let's start getting engineers into our divisions as well. The extra entrenchment is going to be wonderful. The Comintern looking a lot thicker now already. We have our armor trains. At least they won't be blown up as quickly by the Germans. Just get railway guns. Don't know if we'll make any, but it's a nice thing to have. Fortunately, there's going to be a lot of Soviet soldiers rushing to defend this line as well. I'm definitely calling the Soviet Union in for this one. All right, we got the Polish line. We got all the lines that we want. Industrial legacy in there is going to give us extra guns. This is going to give us doctrines. This is going to give us army bonuses. What do I want? I need to make more guns so I can make more troops. So it's going to be industrial legacy down into arms export, export subsidies, and so on. And after that, we'll take the Czech industry path. I'm going to improve worker conditions and then get army regrouping. I need these guys deployed quickly. Oh my god, I'm so not ready for this. There it is, the Munich Diktat. Stop all exercising, get a little bit of org into my divisions again, get a little bit of entrenchment, and I have a couple of days before this thing takes away. We will never surrender. Oh, it's gonna suck. Quickly force deploy these units, get them to the front. That gives me almost two full armies on the main front line. But Italy's gonna join this party as well, and I need more men on the Italian front as well. No matter what we do, this is gonna suck. Let's get war bonds. I need to make more stuff. I need to build my forts. I wish the Russians wouldn't just throw lives away. Let's request some lend-lease then. If you would just sit there and soak up damage, that's all I need you to do. I don't need you to go out there and attack style and just sit there. Let's get more guns out of everybody. Let's get as many guns out of these people as I can. It looks like we fended off the initial push. There's just some construction that needs finishing in Upper Austria. Whenever we get a break, we'll finish up those fortifications. Same in Zaolzie. We'll try and finish them off. Main focus, the entire focus right now should be on maintaining the defense. And there's Italians going to show up here. They're going to be annoying. They're going to join this war, and I'm going to hate them for it, but you know, it's Italians. I don't have to feel too bad for them. I got 50 political power. I'm going to hire the infantry specialist. That's definitely going to help. While I'm sitting here, I'm also going to make friends with people like Turkey. They should prove to be a valuable source of guns in the short term. Lend-Lease is pretty great. Germany is already shipping troops into the Italian lands. My idea was to quickly overrun Zara and then funnel all the remaining troops over to the actual Italian border. Oh, and we get some strikes. Some fucking strikes as well. Hungary's done the Trianon thing. Can't justify anyway. Got no political power. Right, we got our first round of equipment in. I think it's allegedly here. I don't see where it went. Probably all to garrisons because no guns have been made available for these divisions. So where are all the guns? And Italy's joined. And I am immediately screwed. I just don't have the units. I'm going to have to peel units off the main line just to be able to man this line. And it feels definitely not good. I'm not happy about this. I feel like I've played this so badly. Again, I've done this. Before I record things that are labeled as a guide, I test it. I test it and I test it again. Every single time this went perfectly. And now all of a sudden I hit record and I get stuck in Romania for 2 months. Well, I have no choice but to try and attack the Italians, see if I can't do anything at all to slow them down. If I can take their stupid port in Trieste, I can get an encirclement there, shorten the line up there, and I would require fewer units to actually guard this front. Okay, I'm gonna take the port here, then we're gonna work our way south, and then hopefully take Fiume. This needs to be dealt with. Split. If I can take Split, I have them surrounded. Yeah, I hit force attack. Probably the dumbest thing I've done this run. That cost me significant numbers of equipment and manpower. At least we've dealt with the Zara issue, but yeah, I'm annoyed. I'm super annoyed. All right, we'll kill them in Fiume, and now all of these guys to the main front. We're also losing manpower, so I would very much like to go up another conscription law. All in all, we're not in a great place. Unfortunately, my mountaineers are quite good, and if I leverage them correctly, I can take some land off the Italians. You know, force them into worse terrain. If I can take the mountains, I'm good. Also, I was afraid this is happening. Lack of trains. So, as expected, the Germans are bombing all of my trains into oblivion. I am making armor trains, but not enough to offset the losses right now. So, we're gonna need to increase production there. I want to justify on the Hungarians next, but manpower is a pretty big issue right now. No, I'm gonna roll the dice. I'm gonna justify this war goal, and then, of course, wait for more political power. Oh, look at that. I'm out of my equipment deficit. I'm just short a couple of trains. Wow, that's great. Oh, then I immediately forgot that I throw away all of my efficiency by switching over to different guns. Oops. Now, make no mistake, what I'm about to try is a massive gamble. If I screw this up and either Horthy gets to a port, or worse, Horthy gets to Prague or Brno, I could die. The entire run could fall on its ass. Then again, if I can quickly take him out, I can form the most powerful country in the region in no time. I'm also going to form an intelligence agency. It's probably going to be helpful when we do counterattack. Justification is done. We're going to declare this war. We're not going to call anybody in. You pin there, you attack there, and then push into Pex. You into Debrecen, and into Debrecen. And you guys all head down to Budapest. This is going to be funny. Hungary's going to join the Axis, which is fine. That's not like they can do anything. And they're going to spread out like a stain because I have, you know, nothing to stop their units. But that doesn't matter. All I need to do is take these very select few victory points, and that is it. They die. And I have Budapest. Hungary's capitulated. 9 mountaineers is all it took. Oh, Horthy. I guess we are restoring the Austro-Hungarian Empire after all. Oh, Horthy. Thank you for your kind donation. Let's click that button. Association of Autonomous States. And we suddenly have 2 million manpower and 50 factories. I thought we'd have more. We're getting more factories now. We're gonna get more factories. We're gonna get more everything. And I couldn't be happier. I think our first order of business is gonna be taking out Italy. I am really happy that gamble paid off, because that was a huge risk. Let's see if I can force a breach here. Yeah, my units just go through theirs like a knife through butter. And then we'll hit them there, and there, and there. And we'll try to create some small encirclements just to pick them apart. And now Finland's in the Axis. Because of course Finland's in the Axis. We got all the way down a new industry town, so either we take a look at this doctrinal innovation and the extra research slot, very valuable, or we take a look at the military tree. This is mostly research bonuses and army experience, also very valuable, or we lean into air. I'm thinking maybe we lean into air now, because we are going to be pivoting towards producing more air. Access to the sea, also pretty cool, so we actually have some shipyards. At this point, it doesn't really matter which way we go, because we are more than strong enough to do whatever we want to. I'm thinking picking up the extra research slot first, though. That's usually a good idea. Great, so Stalin has opened up a new front by eating the Baltics, and Finland is thoroughly spanking Stalin as well. This is going to be great. Well, fortunately, at least we're doing well. I'm going to keep training units. I have more than enough stockpiles to do it. Let's grab some more mountaineers. Just make sure we take Italy out first. Hello, my Italian friends. Would you like to hear about our Lord and Savior artillery? All right, we're in Verona. A couple more tiles, and we'll have the perfect encirclement up there. Just keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. We'll trap all those units. And that pretty much exposes the entire Italian underbelly. Yep, they're all encircled down there. Basic infantry finish or maintain the encirclement. We'll clean that up. And mountaineers head for the southern section. And I'll start driving the mountaineers south to inflict as much damage on Italy as possible, as quickly as possible. I can pretty much battle plan this. They don't really have anything. And the infantry can clean up in a little bit. Those guys are trapped, so I don't expect a whole lot of resistance from them. It definitely looks like Italy's not long for this world. We've forced a breach. We're breaking through everywhere. As long as I can clean up that pocket to the north quickly enough, none of this should be a real problem. Oh, there goes the thing. All right, that's fine. That's fine. That's perfectly okay with me. I'm not going to transfer everything over because I'm going to give over my cores and I don't want to. I will keep the occupied territory. Well, I'll manually give them some. I'll manually give them everything that's not my core. That way I don't have to garrison it. There we go. Italy is a broken husk. There's just nothing here that can possibly stop me. The mountaineers have managed to even push into Sicily, so Italy's just dead. That means Germany's next. They're losing here. Soviets have managed to, I don't know, confuse the Finns enough that they're able to push now. Next step is bringing our mountaineers home and driving for the German heart. Of course, we need to occupy Munich for the achievements. And there goes the Repubblica Sociala, whatever. Italy is dead. Long live Italy. Let's get the boys ready. We are headed for Munich. We are going to shred this Reich once and for all. We're going to push up towards the river here above Munich, and then we'll see if we can get towards Stuttgart, Frankfurt. We'll want to encircle as much of the German army as we can. Essentially, we are going to be playing, just going to be cutting them to pieces where we can. Germany doesn't have the men to keep this going indefinitely. And small encirclements, little by little, will cut them to pieces. At any rate, we control Munich, so that is the Munich disagreement sorted out. No disagreements here, only glorious Czechoslovak conquest. Anyway, we'll make a push from Stuttgart and we'll rush north from there. Yes, actually, no, let's not do that. We're gonna make a push from up here near Dresden and we'll head towards Rostock or Stettin, right through Berlin, cut off that entire section of the German army. The mountaineers can now push out. I expect very little legitimate resistance up here. This is actually going a lot easier than I would ever have anticipated, considering how screwed we were when Germany declared this war. We've come out of this pretty well. Thankfully, Italy will always be incompetent. And from Berlin, we're just cruising north. Berlin has been taken. I have seen hide nor hair of the famous German army in my approach north. I have no idea where they are. We've cut their country in half. Guess we're mopping up that side then. Let's head for Köslin. Are we gonna make it? Is it gonna be a pole there? No, it's ours. All right, so that is the mighty German army reduced to pretty much nothing, and like Germany's gone. Oh, Germany. Mighty Germany laid low by Czechoslovak mountaineers. Oh, Finland. I wasn't paying attention and suddenly Italy. Wow. Bulgaria joins the Axis. Well, perfect timing, Bulgaria. All right, what do I want here? Obviously, I want my cores. Other than that, realistically, ships, so I can get to my enemies. And then we'll just puppet everything else. We've got Czechoslovakia in Germany and the German Republic. Well, the German Republic's not looking too hot. We've got Czechoslovakia and Italy. They got to keep most of their stuff. I got my cores out of Alto Adige, Trentino, Litorale, Istria, and Zadar. And of course, all of Hungary. A Finnish Democratic Republic up there. Ooh. And that's pretty much it. Not a whole lot overall has... Oh yeah, let's not look at Africa. I guess we're now going to gear up for the next stage, which is to invade Canberra. Fortunately, I have a couple of ships, but not nearly enough. So we are going to fight the Japanese and steal their ships. And to that end, I'm bringing my boys over to Vladivostok. So we've got 2 battleships, 11 heavy cruisers, some light cruisers, a couple of destroyers. Yeah, this is definitely not a good navy at all. I don't think it's going to be enough to get us across there. It's probably going to be a lot of Japaneses. And I still can't, you know, actually get there. Ah, crap, the war goal is going to expire before I can actually naval invade. Well, I guess we'll just prepare. The war goal expires August 1st, so I'll have to declare the war before I'm actually ready. I should have timed this slightly better. It would have definitely improved my odds at getting a naval invasion going, but we'll just declare the war, so at least the planning is going to go well. Now it's just a matter of waiting. We're not going to get much out of this. I really hope to get a better navy. Now we wait until we see a window of opportunity here, which might take a while, considering the amount of Japanese there. Oh god.
They just sank my entire navy!
I sent you to naval invasion support. I didn't actually want you to go out there until there was a naval invasion. Oh, doesn't matter. It appears the Japanese fleet left anyway, and the naval invasion's on its way. Well, I'm still pissed, but this can work. Let's take that port. Soviet Union has declared war on Poland. Well, that's gonna go great. You know what? I'm not gonna get involved with that yet. First off, Mountaineers. We've got our port. Mountaineers, take that flank. Start marching north. And this army is the Green Army. Half of you go there, half of you go there. Alright, let's just finish this so I can take this pretty little fleet. There we go. All I really want here is their ships. I barely have war score, so I gotta make good choices. So they're aircraft carriers if I can get them. And that's all I can get out of this. Confirm an exit. Was that worth my time? Well, that's a pretty big navy we've got now. I'll park it in Vladivostok. Japan is still around. Oh, Japan was allowed to survive. China looks disgusting. All right, well, we'll park everybody in Vladivostok, and from there, we'll work on that naval invasion of Canberra. Well, honestly, with how little we got out of the Japan peace deal, I didn't get one of these tiny little islands here, so it's going to be very annoying to invade from Vladivostok all the way to Canberra. There is a silver lining to all of this. Japan is gone, and the USA is at peace. The USA is very unlikely to stop being at peace, and we can very likely take out the French at this point, along with the UK. And that will kill the Allies, and I will have Canberra in my grubby little hands when that happens. Before the French get rid of their disjointed government, let's justify a war goal on the UK. Actually, easiest thing to do is just justify a war goal on Australia, so we can actually take that thing we want. Let's conquer New South Wales. Ooh, that takes a long time. No. 30 days for a major, so we have to justify on a major. The Mountaineers are in position. Let's start planning that naval invasion. So the usual to take out the UK is just to hit them around Hull. That tends to work out. It has worked out in the past. It seems to work out pretty much every time still. Honestly, I don't even have to justify a war goal. I can just join the Soviet war, but might as well. All right, we've landed. Let's assault Hull and head to Manchester and Liverpool. Send the Navy back to port. I don't want to lose what ships I have now. We've taken Hull. That means the infantry ferry on over, and all of the Mountaineers that are still on the mainland ferry on over as well. Are those Belgian troops? Is Belgium in the... Belgium is in the Allies. Well, it's still the UK and France's majors. We should be able to knock them out quickly. UK is pretty much dead when we get to Plymouth and Dover. Don't even have to get to Dover. And now we just plan a naval invasion of northern France, and we terminate this alliance. We end this once and for all. So we'll hit them around Calais and Dunkirk. And naval superiority achieved. Let's go and kill the French. Storm the beaches between Calais and Dieppe. Just push. We've taken Paris. A little bit of maneuvering. We're already done. The French will die, and that'll be it. It's just France, and France is almost gone. There we go. So it's horrible. Soviets randomly take some of France and then leave the rest of France as an independent communist nation. They've taken pretty much the entire world. All I got out of it was a really big socialist republic of Great Britain because I was too lazy to click the individual countries. I just puppeted all of them. Poland got a number pulled on them. I don't know what... The peace deal system's really good, but the AI can do some really weird things. Anyway, we got what we came for. The state of New South Wales and Canberra occupied and owned, which means we have checkmate. That's done. The run is over. This achievement guide, air quotes, has gone wrong. So horribly wrong, but we did it. I hope you guys at least enjoyed watching it. I hope you guys will also enjoy this next video as well. See ya. And once again, thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring this video and bringing me closer to buying a tank. Check out the game using the link in the description down below. You will support the channel and you will also receive a large free bonus pack including multiple premium vehicles, premium account, boosters, and much more. Personally, huge fan of the vehicle damage model. It lets you damage individual parts of an enemy vehicle or the crew, affecting its performance in real time. You get to see a glorious X-ray view of the carnage your shots inflict. Me, I suck at the game, but at least I can watch the cool explosions.